Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Tarot Spinning. Today we're going to do a pick a card, so there'll be 3 different readings, and this one's going to be for the full moon coming for next week. So it's either the 26th in the States or it's the 27th in Australia, depending where you are. So I shall start shuffling some moon cards and get just a few to get the to spin to get the different readings. So as you can see by the cloth, it's this full moon coming is called a pink moon, and yeah, that's basically the actual moon's going to be a golden yellow when it rises, when it comes up over the horizon, and then it will actually just go into the usual white looking moon once it goes up into the sky. And the reason they call it the pink moon was to do with some flowers that grew in, like I suppose in the grasslands in the States. It comes from America, the naming of the pink moon. And it's a little, must be a little pink flower that grows across the plains in April or in spring, in this time of year over there. That it's called flux. So yeah, there you go, a little bit of trivia. So we're just going to get these cards up. And see what these readings will be. So there's the cards up. Okay guys, can we get the reading 1? The bearings in that's starting to sound a bit crunchy. Oh well, this is the cards here. Point to me. We've got meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. And we've got growth, waxing crescent. So growth and meditate and contemplate. So we'll get some tarot out and have a look for reading 1, what this is to do with. These have been shuffled before, so as you can see, I didn't even get a proper shuffle and they threw it themselves onto the table, so that's it. That'll do. Quite a lot there, so that'll do. They are fairly thick cards. Okay. The Hierophant, the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So that's quite nice when it comes to those 2 aces that are in this first row. The Hierophant, well, that's usually to do with a gateway, usually to do with learning. It's usually on like airs on the side. As you can see in here, it looks religious, but I'd say it's always on the spiritual side. Somebody out there might actually vibrate with the religious side, but it's usually a gateway to education and learning, or a gateway in life. Maybe you've just finished or accomplished a course, or you're just getting through the course, but it's always to do with rules, and it's whatever it is, it's always bound by law, like not law as in law, but as in mystic law, universal law. It's always bound by law when it comes to this book, for this particular read. This one's got that really heavy feeling of there's quite fairly strict guidelines that you have to stay in to get through this. That's, I don't know, that's just what I'm getting out of that. But anyway, the Ace of Pentacles is an offer, usually an offer or an opportunity coming towards you to do with money or income, work. We'll get more cards and we'll see. Queen of Cups, well, intuition. Looking into this little cup and feeling and thinking about, I think, the contemplation there, the meditate and contemplate, that's very much her. Meditating and contemplating. And then there's the Ace of Cups, which is a new opportunity or a new beginning or a new chapter coming in. But it's fairly emotional, so you're quite, again, paired up with that Queen of Cups. It's quite a, it just feels like, again, a very personal choice or a very private thing that you're thinking about going or doing on some level. So general read, so we'll just sort of go in a bit further. We've got the Lovers, Seven of Wands, the Moon, that's about right, and the Devil. Okay. So the Lovers coming out on top of this gateway or this education, it's definitely going to be about a choice at this point in time. It's going to be a choice between one thing or another thing. There'll be a two-way choice. The Seven of Wands is pretty well weighing up the responsibility of how you're going to handle or get all this done. If you're going to start studying or if you've just finished studying, of how you're going to go forward with the job. It's just a bit of responsibility, the feeling of responsibility of taking on and going forward. And here's the other, the Moon is the other card with the pillars in it. So there's another gateway. And sitting on the Queen of Cups, it's very much a reflective state where you're going back in and having to make decisions. It feels like there's decisions to be made, and here's the Devil card on top of that emotion. So there's that, the voice, you know, the voice is on the shoulder. Yes, no, don't do it. It feels very much like you're not wanting to do something because it's what you want to do, and you're thinking about everyone and people around you and family or friends. You're actually putting them into the decision process, and this very much feels like you've got to make this decision alone. You have to work it out yourself. There's the Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. So yes, again, the Seven of Pentacles is the Farmer's card, so it's trying to work and grow. It's either learning the new course you've done, or once you've gone into the new position or the new work, it's learning how to run with that, and what what choices you've made and what you're going to be or do work-wise. It's just running with that energy and trying to work out how to make life work with it, because it's a fairly new thing. Page of Wands is a bit of information coming in, and it's going to be a bit of a help trying to get everything to smooth out a bit. And of course you've still got this Four of Cups here, so you haven't quite made your mind up still. You're sitting there with your arms folded, and I think you're not really sure which way to go, so you're not deciding on anything. You're not making any decision really. Excuse me. And you've got the Ten of Wands. Well, the Ten of Wands is coming into, it's a bit of a burden. This decision's a bit of a burden on you to have to work it out, or come to a decision, actually come to an actual point where you've decided. So we'll just grab a few more cards out here. So growth, meditate and contemplate. So what's happened is how and what's growing is realistically your choices in life to do with your, it's to do with your career, but it's also, some of you have got a career that you're sticking with and you're doing a side gig. Other people are going in boots and all, and they're going to go into this other way, or this other way of working. And that's where all the complications coming in, is because it's a bit tricky to try and get onto some solid ground. It feels like the ground's moving around under your feet and you're not really on solid ground. It's because the energies there is changing. So it has that feeling of being unsteady. Not really, it doesn't feel right that way with all that intuition and everything in there. It feels slightly off. So just see what else we can get for reading one. What other information we can get to pop up to give them some guidance with this situation. Alright, there's a couple on top, that'll do that. Okay. We've got the High Priestess, well of course she's there. The Four of Pentacles, yes, which is like the Four of Cups, a bit of restriction. King of Swords. And then we've got the Knight of Cups. So again, with this meditate and contemplate, I think you need to withdraw and go into your own intuition and go with your gut. You're going to have to rely on yourself to come up with, look, and again, at the end of the day, it might not be the perfect solution, but as long as you can feel slightly comfortable with the decision you make, step forward and move into it, and then you can just start shaving off and shaping things up and changing it as you go down a bit down the track, because you're still sitting here worried about making the wrong decision. You're worried about if you do something you're going to lose money, or you're going to have no income, or the income's not going to be right. But it's because you're unsure. That's why that energy is sitting there. It's got that feeling of you're not confident, so there's these blockages. It's like a bit of a block coming up. King of Swords, if there is any contracts or anything legal, do check it out, because he's there virtually to say, with your intuition, to just check that out and make sure everything's squared around with that it's the way you want it to be. Or if you have to learn something that's to do with some paperwork, again, trust yourself. You're going to be okay to do it. You will be fine. Knight of Cups. Sorry, the phone had to ring in the middle of it. Knight of Cups, we've got just a nice little bit of energy coming in, and it's a little bit of, a little bit of feeling a bit more secure and feeling a bit more balanced. And I'd say with the meditate and contemplate, if you take some time out while you're going through this growth period, take some time out here and there to sort of settle yourself down into this change. It's quite a big change, and it's a bit freaking you out a bit. There's the Five of Cups, the Ten of Wands again, and the Page of Wands. So with that Five of Cups, you're still a bit doubty and still a bit worried that you're going to make the wrong decision or do the wrong thing. And you're flogging yourself a bit here, trying to make sure you cover it all and get it all sorted out. So you're being a little bit punishing. But here's the Page of Wands, who always, like in this deck, always reminds me of the Fool, because it looks like with his little knapsack there that he's going to go off down this path. So it's a bit of energy coming in, and it's fairly fast moving, and I think it's going to help guide you and take you along so you stop getting in the doubt period. What we'll do is I've got some tarot in here, believe it or not. I'm going to just see if I can grab out I've got three. There you go. I was going to get two, but I've got three. And there we are. There's the Ten of Pentacles again. Sorry. The Ten of Wands again. I'll put them down here because they're so tiny. The Ten of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So, yeah, the King of Pentacles. It's all right. My head's just getting a bit... Thought I said it wrong, but I didn't. So we've got the overdoing it, overworking, a bit of the, the worrisome thoughts and the bleak feeling, but the sun's coming up in the foreground there, so the sun's coming up and this energy's leaving. It will pass. You just got to hang in there until it's gone. And there's the King of Pentacles. Well, he's a really good omen for financial structure, for a solid financial base, bank loans, any of that sort of stuff. He comes in as really good energy towards all that end of, if there is anything you have to get money or work out money with, landlords, bosses, loans, banks, or even just business itself, that's just a really good omen to say that everything's going to be fairly solid and positive, more solid than you thought. Alright, we'll just get a few Making Magic cards. There's 2. Alright, I'll cut this now. I'll put these other few up here. And we'll give it a spin and see what other last little bit of info we get for reading 1. Rightio, that one. Okay. Get these 3. Triple spiral, listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. So, trust. That's what the meditate and contemplate will get you. If you do a bit more meditating and a bit more stopping and thinking, you're going to trust, you're going to be able to go through this without too much stress. And then you've got labyrinth, which is transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration and enlightenment. So that's always good. That's what all the mystical stuff's all about there. That's this growth you're going through and what's happening. Then you've got love charm. Attract a lover, a soulmate, or a life partner. So does seem like some of you there definitely would like that, but for the people that are in a relationship, a soulmate can come in, and it can be like a best friend. You can actually attract a soulmate that is not romantic. It's more to do with friendship. So, but hey, everyone else looking for a partner, we did have the lovers here, and I thought it was a choice. But maybe that lovers is to do with there is some romantic. Seeing that's come up now, that's sort of confirming it. So there'll be lots of stuff happening, and it all is looking a bit exciting. So that's it for you, reading 1. You're done. So thanks so much. Thank you, and stopping by and hanging out. Hey guys, welcome to reading 2. So we're going to, that was reading 1. We're going to have a bit of a spin now to see what we'll get for reading 2 for the full moon coming up. That's the ones. Okay. We've got wisdom and a time for healing. So a time for healing and some wisdom. So with those 2 cards, a time for healing will be from the wisdom. To me, it's fairly obvious that the wisdom that you're learning from a painful situation, quite a painful situation that has eluded you for quite a long time. It feels like it's been forever. Oh dear, oh dear. So I've just got some more cards here piling up, flying everywhere. We'll start with these guys. It's gone on for a long time. It's been quite a long and quite a big thing. That's, again, card 22, by the way, too. It might be significant for someone. I've just noticed that. But the time for healing is that whichever way it's working itself out, that energy is starting to dissipate. You're working it out. You're seeing through. The wisdom's taking you through, and you're seeing out the other side of it now. And it's a time for it to heal and to leave your system and leave your spirit. So it's a soul, sort of deep down healing on a soul level. So we've got Justice, the 2 of Swords, Temperance, and the 3 of Pentacles. So the Justice is definitely time that things were weighing up into your favour. Things were going to come into balance for you. There's a temporary ceasefire at the moment. Things are calm and you're sitting there, but there's one more little burst to come. Not bad, but just a little bit more time to go. It's not quite there. The wisdom and the time for healing, it's just about come, but it's just a little bit to go yet. Temperance, well, that's like the scales here. Everything's going to balance out and start smoothing back out. 3 of Pentacles. In this one, it just feels a bit like construction, building, renovation, painting, improvements. It just feels like a bit of renewal, and maybe it just comes with the energy of this healing, that there's a bit of moving forward, creativity, creating, making, building. And it could be, again, this can depict like they look like they're standing at the church with the priest, but I don't feel it's a wedding. But it could be just building on a relationship or building within a relationship. Something happening with a relationship. You've got the Nine of Swords. The World. Well, we don't mind the world. The Lovers. Looks like this is a healing from a person or a past person. And the Three of Wands. So this was the energy that used to come and go, which was the Nine of Swords. So a lot of it sort of sounds a bit wishy-washy, but it feels like past life energy. It feels that far back. This thing has come and gone, and it was somebody that you were or had in your life at some stage, and it's definitely feels like it's definitely been a bit of time has passed, and it didn't work out for whatever reason. It didn't work out, or it didn't sort itself out. It just didn't come about, and it did something to your actual, your soul. It actually, it left its mark on you. It left you scarred to some degree. And this, because this Nine of Swords is quite the dark night of the soul vibe. It's quite a bad, it's something that's being persecuted. It won't leave you be. It just keeps nagging. So this is the end of that cycle. That whole time for healing. This is all finishing. The cycle's coming in to finish. That's done. And I really feel it was to do with someone you loved. It could be romantic. It could be platonic. It doesn't have to be romantic, but this person, you really love them with your heart. Like, deep connection on your side anyway. I'm not sure about them. I'm only reading for you. So, but here's the expansion coming in. So this is that energy moving through. This isn't actually happening at the moment, but it did happen in the past when it was to do with this person, this friend, this partner, whoever it was. I think they really scarred you and left you a bit tortured, actually, with, it sort of feels like, you love them so much, why didn't they love you? And that can be relationship-wise or friend-wise, that you thought the world of them, and then they virtually, stomped on your heart on their way out the door, virtually, is what it feels like. It feels quite, I don't want to judge the other person, but yeah, it feels quite cold, and they're just off doing their own thing, like, yep, see ya. They didn't feel about you as you felt about them anyway. We got the King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Fool. Well, King of Wands is that king that's not quite comfy to sit still. He definitely wants to get up and go. So I feel like you're quite happy when this energy starts to lift and clear. It's like a fog. Once it starts to clear and the sun starts to shine through again, you're quite happy for it to like virtually set it on fire and burn it off and be gone with it. Four of Pentacles. Something still being held on to there. I think it feels like you're a bit worried that it's still going to be there. It's like you don't really believe it's going to go, or it's going to actually be cleared and gone, like an actual healing. But there's the Fool, and this is the new journey and the new path forward, and moving into this new energy and moving forward into this different time where that past situation has run its course. The healing has come through. And it will just be through all the times and all the different times it pops in and out of your head, and how you've dealt with thinking about it and what you've done about it on some soul level. But it's time to let it go and time to move forward. You no longer have to be a prisoner to it anymore. It doesn't have to have its hold on you anymore. It can be done. There's justice again. So this is just reconfirming to you that the scales are going to balance up, and things are going to come back into balance for you. It's going to be back for your time for things to be back to where it should be and fixed. We've got the Page of Wands, which is to me, or very much see the knapsack, very much like, in this deck anyway, he's always reminds me of the Fool, but it's the new energy and the new movement coming in. There's the Magician. You've got everything you need is in front of you to go forward and move yourself through this and out the other side, through the wisdom that you've had and gathered over the time frame it's taken for your soul to learn this lesson and get through and get away from that feeling. There's the King of Pentacles, so good, solid, it's more abundance, like it's shouting yourself stuff, having a really nice dinner out with family or friends, and it's doing things that you don't usually do, a bit of wine and a bit of good food by the looks of that. There's the Four of Swords, the High Priestess, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. So Four of Swords is, once this energy does finally like completely leave your whole system and it's gone, you're going to be sleeping like she is there. There'll be no more of this upset thoughts or any of that self-sabotage. That will be gone. The High Priestess, now you're sitting and you're in your element. You're going to come back into your own balancing and back into your own. It's like you're whole again. It's like the scarring of that's gone and you're back to whole. King of Cups, very much feeling quite on top and quite confident in your emotional state and your emotional body. And here's the Seven of Cups, which is really to do with having a lot of choices and a lot of different things dancing around in front of you, and you're just humming and hawing, which way will I go and what will I do, because you're feeling a bit refreshed and feeling a bit full, whole and confident. All right, we've got some little tarot in here, so I'm just going to try and get 3 little ones. Just got to feel I've got 2, 3. 3 little cards and see what we get. Just for a little bit of a add-on, little bit of fun. Okay, we got the High Priestess yet again. The King of Wands, who I think he was just under there, wasn't he? I said he was not wanting to sit on that throne. There he is. That's the King of Wands. And there is the Ten of Pentacles. So quite a good omen there for trusting in your own power and coming back into your full power, where all that doubt and all that little part is going to be healed and gone. The King of Wands, well, he's ready to get up and go. He's ready to take off and race forward because you've had some weight come off you. You've peeled some weight off. You feel way lighter. And there's the Ten of Pentacles. So that can be just a good omen to say that the future prospects are quite good, because that's good family money, solid foundations, inheritance. What else can we get from that? Houses, property, cars, inheritance, a windfall, but I'm not sure. It's more the Nine of Pentacles is a bit more windfall-y, but there could just be even a lucky deal comes in, like something you thought, oh, I probably won't be able to get this to work out, and will all fall in your lap. It just feels like it's a little bit of a, it's not payment, but it's like it's those balancing of those scales. And it's about time, you know, you got your cake and you got to eat it too. Where was he? You got your cake and you got to eat it too. That's what I'm getting off that. So, hey, not a bad read, guys. Really, quite nice. So, time for healing and wisdom. And we'll just get some Making Magic and we'll finish this read out. So, that's it for reading 2. Let's get the last word from Spirit for reading 2, please. Oh, dear. Okay, that one turned up for me to see, so I'll leave it there. Those 3. And I'll just do a little cut. Put a couple more out there. And away we spin. Okay. protection. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. So it's very much, you know, Spirit's got your back when it comes to this. This has been a long time coming, and they're really happy to see that you're going to get through and get up the other side of that, because you deserve to. True wisdom and making good choices in life. We will be feeling that, because once that little bit of dark heaviness drops away, you're going to feel way lighter, and probably like, just, I can't explain the feeling. It's just the feeling, it just feels whole. I can't keep saying it, but you're complete. You're back into one big piece, and you feel solid. You don't feel wobbly. It sounds really weird, but that's what I get. Every time I think of it, that's what I get. So, great reading 2. Hey guys, this is for reading 3, so welcome reading 3. This was reading 1, reading 2. So now we're going to go for reading 3. Oops, sorry about that. See what we can get for reading 3. It's going to be that one. Okay. We have creation. Your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. So new moon in Capricorn and creation. So what you are creating and what you have been working on is going to start showing some dividends, because at the end of the day your hard work is paying off. So be assured. I think, yes, sorry, we had a card up the right way. There we go. We'll just go back again now. Oh, I just did it again. Sorry. See if we can... Oh, dear. There's a few cards here that were the wrong way around, and they weren't wanting to play the game. Alright, reading 3, thank you very much. I'll have some tarot for reading 3, please. Alright. See how we go with that. Now, this was like that. Okay, first ones we have 10 of Cups, King of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. I think I've had the 3 of Pentacles in all, and even the King of Wands. They seem to be the... Oh, there's cards over here too. Sorry, I've got a few poking around out of the way there. Okay. 10 of Cups is celebration. It's good, happy, perfection of the human heart. So you're feeling quite confident and quite happy. The King of Wands is that get up and go drive. It's really wanting to push and move forward, and a good omen of getting on top of your game, like you're sitting fairly confidently on that throne there. It still feels, again in this one, this definitely feels like, because it's creation, what this actual card feels like to me, it feels like home improvements, painting, renovating, cleaning, tidying, changing, fixing. It's just like adjusting, making things and it's like, it's a bit creative what you're doing as you're working out how to change or build something. There's a bit of creativity going into a lot of the thought process of how you're going to do it, how you're going to make it look. It can be definitely, because it's a general read, I've got to keep remembering it's a general read. I always think I'm just reading the one thing. It definitely can have something to do with being creative and making creative, like creating is actually what you're doing, that the hard work is starting to pay off. That's card 39, that the creation, in case people like some of the numbers. There's the 9 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. So, okay. Overdoing it, feeling a little bit battle fatigued, generally a little bit thrashed is the only way I can put it. A little bit of doubt, self-imprisonment from your own thoughts, and it's just worrying, a little bit of needless worry about what your hard work, what you're working towards, that it will pay off. And here's the bit of some sneaky sort of energy, and it's either someone around you is not being supportive or not being very positive, or it is the theft of time and energy, and you feel like you're doing it all a little bit. Oh, am I wasting my time? Is this anything ever going to come of this? Is anything going to happen? There's the Strength card, the Empress, and the Star. So that just trumps that other line underneath it. You can't really look back at this and think there's nothing but positivity. You got the strength. You have the inner strength to move mountains, and you will push on and move through, and you'll do it without even a blink. You'll be fine. The Empress is that constant, that Three of Pentacles and that creation. So somebody out there, you definitely could be creating a little person, as in a baby, because she's the pregnant person. The Empress is the pregnant person of the tarot there that's got the baby bump. So that creation is happening in more than one way, because you're creating a whole new life. Because if a baby's coming, it's going to be a whole new way of living and a whole new life. It's going to change. Hard work paying off. I'm not sure how much hard work you went through, but somebody out there could have been really working hard to get pregnant and couldn't get pregnant, and now they are, or they're going to be. So again, a general read, so you can sort of make this sort of just fit whichever glove you've got, make it fit. The Star is just that. She's just the emblem of hope, positivity. Things are going to work out. She's virtually saying, like, you know, she doesn't have wings, but she's like an angel that's coming in to say it's all right. It's going to work out. It's all going to come round the way. It's all going to balance back out. You got the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Sorry, a bit tongue-tied. That happens every time I'm reading. I get a bit. Yeah. Okay. Ten of Swords. Well, that's that darkness before the dawn. The sun's just starting to come up in the background, so this is all about to come in. It's only just over there, so it's about that far away. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to put a time frame on it, but definitely you're that close. You can see the sun rising. It's all about to come. The sun's about to come out. The shine's about to come on. So you're closer than you ever were, so just hang in there. That's what the Strength, why it's on the Strength card, is to say don't fold now. It's going to come through. It's okay. And here's the Ace of Wands, being that it is a really, and again, see the baby, it very much fits the baby, this one, because it's on, well, it's on the Star and the Empress, but that is gestation. This Ace of Wands is a baby, or a baby will be coming, or you're going to get your hard work paying off. You're going to get pregnant when you couldn't, and I think if you give up and virtually let it go is when it will happen. As soon as you stop thinking about it, like a lot of things, as soon as you pull your energy away and just relax and let it just go, oh, put it in the, the lap of the gods, just leave it for them, just it all works out. But it's a good omen, and it's to do with creativity again. It's to do with that creation, because that Ace of Wands is to do with creativity, gestation, birthing an idea, birthing a new way, just birthing in general. So anyway, we'll whiz over now and grab some Everyday Witch and see what else we can get to come. What else can we get for reading 3? Any more advice for reading 3? Sorry, I'm trying to get them back all together. Any more for reading 3? It's going to have to come off. Reading 3, please. Okay. Alright, I don't think there's any more flipped. I'm just having a little look. Okay. Right, we have the Hangman who flew out first, so you're still waiting. There's a little bit of this, this feeling of like, just like watching my hand do it now. That's the feeling. and don't get yourself too wound up. Let that go. Just trust. It's all coming back to trust. So trust is always easier said than done sometimes, isn't it? So Nine of Pentacles, there's the hard work paying off. So there's the money and the bit of luxuries, and there's a bit of abundance coming in and around this situation. And abundance isn't necessarily just money. Abundance can be help from family and friends, giving you stuff, helping you out, coming and working or doing something for you to help you out. So there's abundance that doesn't, even though this is a pentacle card, abundance can come in other forms of energy instead of just money. Two of Wands, you got the world in your hands, and it's a win-win situation. It's going to work out, and things are going to come round into the going to come round into the way you're wanting it to go. It's the Seven of Swords again, and Temperance. So we've got death. It's quite a good omen because death is that big change. It's what you've been wanting. The hard work's paying off, or part of it's going to be the death of one way of life and the beginning of a new birth into that gestation, the same thing we've been talking about, the birthing. Seven of Swords. Did we just have that there before somewhere? Am I imagining things, or was it just here a bit? Somewhere. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, well, that's definitely letting me know now that there is someone around you on some level. I'm not sure if it's a work person, a friend, don't know about family, but who knows. When your hard work starts paying off and you start getting the pentacles that it's sitting on, they're not going to be very happy for you. It's the only way I could put it. A bit of Jelsy wells and what have you, and generally it's just a bit of shit energy coming from a person or a work colleague or someone neighbour, I don't know who it is, someone around you is a bit of a dick, which is the only way to put it. But that's all right. You're aware of it, so when it happens, you won't be surprised. You're just like, oh, okay, it's all good. You can actually pat yourself on the back for making them, disappear. Just sort of ignore it. Just make that disappear. Don't take any notice of it. But definitely someone looks like they're sneaking around, and I haven't got the Five of Swords there, but that's what it feels like. It's like they're gossiping. I think they're trying to play down your achievement, but anyway, that's all right. Then you've got Temperance, which is what you've got to do. Meditate, balance, make sure you keep yourself, because did we have the Nine of Wands was in here somewhere? There it is. So that was to do with the Nine of Wands. That's that. Just make sure you keep checking in with yourself and making sure that you're not feeling too low or too drained for all the work you're doing. Okay, now in this bag, I've got some little mini tarot, so I'm just going to grab out 3. Everyone got 3 of these. Just see the last little chat. Oh, you get 4, only because I just didn't realise that I had one. I had a 4th one, but I'm not putting it back now. That would be no good. So, okay. I've got the 8 of Wands, that's great. So that's really fast-moving energy. The 2 of Pentacles, balancing. Page of Pentacles, which is that a bit of news and information coming in about this hard work paying off, about this situation and around this situation. There's a bit of news and information coming in about it. And this is with the Temperance card again. It's the 4 of Swords, so it's just saying you probably, after all that hard work, you need to have a little bit of a rest up, a little bit of a time out. But you won't be, just take heed of that advice, because otherwise it will take you out, in the sense of you'll end up, something will happen and I've hurt my twisted my ankle and I've got to go and sit down on the couch for 3 days or something, all that sort of chat. But I'm not saying that's going to happen per se, but that's what that feeling is. If you don't take care of yourself, the universe will pull the rug out and make you sit and stop for a bit. So just a little warning, but nothing to be worried about. Just a little bit of advice, a bit of wisdom. So anyway, fast-moving energy, juggling and working out the finances, but it's not up and it's not down. You're just working out how and where you're putting the money and what you're doing with it. some new way of money coming in and a new opportunity or a new offer coming in, and just a bit of rest and recreation to make sure that you're looking after yourself to be your optimum, to be at your optimum fitness level, so to speak. Okay, I'm just popping these out and we'll just quickly do a spin. I've got, I think, 2 there. Trying to find this button. There's one around there somewhere. But what else have we got? Last bit of a comment. That's where I was reaching around, but I wasn't touching the card. Okay. Labyrinth. Transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. So your hard work and your creation's paying off. You're getting lots out of it, even into the side, even into the bits of wisdom. Fire. The element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion and positive transformation. So this new life is definitely, in somebody's read, it's to do with the baby. There's that baby or about a baby. But it's also a renewed passion and positive transformation from the hard work paying off. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. So again, really nice energy off those few cards. So that's it for you, reading 3. I'd like to thank you for stopping by and hanging out.